Jose Abreu, deep to left field, to the track. There is the first one for Jose in 2022. Well, we told you early in the game yesterday it was just a matter of time before 79 hit his first home run of 2022, and it came in his second at bat, propelling the Sox to a second victory in this series and going for the sweep today against Tampa Bay, Dayside here at Guaranteed Rate Field. Vince Velasquez on the mound for the Sox, his 129th career start against J.P. Fireisen, who is the opener today out of that Tampa Bay bullpen. Thanks for joining us again. Jason Benetti, Steve Stone along with you. And look, the Sox are going for the sweep today in large part thanks to Jose Abreu.
You knew Jose Abreu was going to break out of it sooner rather than later, and yesterday he hit a handy home run. Sox down a run. Jose steps up, hits his first of the year, and puts them on top 2-1. So pretty much as Jose goes, so goes the offense. And since 2019, he's hitting .279. The batting average not that important for a run producer. He's hit 83 home runs. He leads the major leagues with 304 driven in. Slugging percentage over 500. Hard hit rate almost half the time he's hitting the ball on the nose. Tim Anderson will set the stage. Jose Abreu will tell the tale. And as you can see, with the White Sox, he's climbing up on just about everybody. He's only played the 20th most games. However, look at the other numbers. 7th in doubles, 3rd in home runs, 7th in runs batted in, 5th in extra base hits, and total bases he's 8th. Assuming that he stays with the White Sox, and we hope he does for the entirety of his career, he's going to get up close to the top, and every time you see the top, it's Big Frank pretty much across the board.
Yeah, home runs are certainly one of those categories for Big Frank. And the big story brought to you by Mattress Firm, the official sleep wellness partner of Major League Baseball. The home run ball has been very important in this playoff run.
If the Sox hit the ball out of the ballpark, they are unbelievable. When they don't hit a home run, 19 and 51, that's not too good. When they hit at least one, 115 and 45, that's great. But when they hit multiple home runs, 65 and 10. So you can see when the Sox do hit the ball out of the park, they're going to beat a whole lot of teams. That just might be the answer to getting to the big prize this year.
That's the hope for Sox fans. Vince Velasquez on the mound today after starting the home opener and pitching pretty well in short work. We'll see what he does today. Steve will break him down then.
Choose Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, the card to carry through it all. Ford, the 2022 Ford F-150 is tougher and smarter than ever before. For special offers, visit your local Ford dealer or buyfordnow.com today. And by Xfinity, supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity.
Hard to tell who was more amped there, the starters on the bench or Liam Hendricks getting the final out yesterday. Look, starting pitching so far this year in Major League Baseball, as we expected, considering the shortened spring training, the average start right now is 4.5 innings, and that's right around where Vince Velasquez went his first start with the Sox, 4 innings in the home opener. But you called it in spring training that we were going to see this sort of thing.
Well, we've seen it go down and down and down. You looked at those numbers and you realize that without a short spring training, they're still going shorter with teams using openers, and we're going to see Tampa Bay doing that today. But as far as Velasquez is concerned, I talked with Ethan Katz about it, and he said, look, if I can get 5 innings out of him today, I would be very happy. Hopefully he can change speeds. He can use all of his pitches, not just lean heavily on that fastball. And if that's the case, this is a team in Tampa that's not hitting the baseball right now. They're hitting .222 as a team. They're not hitting the ball out of the ballpark. That's a rarity because this team last year was 6th in home runs. They're a good offensive club, but Vince Velasquez is going to be charged with holding them down. Last time out, he threw it pretty well. 4 innings, 2 hits, just 1 earned run. That was a home run. Walked only 3. He fanned 2. This was a big outing. I think the Sox were very happy with what they got from Vince last time out, and hopefully more the same here today.
He will face a Tampa Bay lineup that, as you mentioned, has struggled to score runs. Some great defense from the Sox at points. Michael Kopech was fantastic. The Sox and Rays, and a sweep on the line when we come back. Robert going back to the warning track. Robert is there to make the catch. Robert scalds this ball deep into right center field. Luis got him. Eloy is back at the track. Eloy made the catch. Back to back. TA and Luis. Harrison sliding grab, nifty pick on the money. Our plays of the week on a Sunday here at Guaranteed Rate Field, and happy Easter to everybody celebrating out there as we hop into a possible series sweep.
You want to win the series, but when you win the first two, you tend to get a little greedy. So this is going to be a terrific homestand. It's 4-2 right now, and actually 4-1 right now. You hope to make it 5-1. Kevin Cash looking out at his ball club. He knows they're not really hitting the baseball, but this is a pretty good hitting team. He believes they will hit it eventually. It's just a question of the weather warming up and their team getting consistent.
Not going to warm up today, that's for sure. The Insure on the Spot starting lineup. Get your free auto insurance quote and save in just 2 minutes at insureonthespot.com. Batting average on balls in play is huge for Ji-Man Choi, who has hit the ball very hard. Mejia down at 400 in the 9th spot. Wander Franco very dangerous, the 2 position.
Vince Velasquez, this season, he threw very well the first time out. Gave up the 1 home run. Other than that, he held him right there. It was a terrific performance. He went 4. If he can go 5 today, it would be great. That's what he leaned on. The fastball at 94 miles an hour, that was a 4-seamer. The slider, which he thinks is better, that at 86, 14 of those, 14 curveballs. So evenly distributed breaking ball.
First pitch of the first inning, which is brought to you by Toyota, is fouled away by Brandon Lau, and we are underway.
Part of the game planning with Ethan Katz had to be how to get out left-handers in a different way than he did last year. Last year, left-handers hit close to 300 against him, and they've got 6 guys that swing the bat from the left side, including a couple of switch hitters in this lineup.
Yeah, it alternates right and left basically, as there is a strike. 0-2 on Brandon Lau. It's a beautiful blue sky overhead. It is an excellent day, but it's 40.
But that's really deceptive. It's 40 but feels colder.
Swing and a miss. Ball's in the dirt. Lau peels away, and he is out, number 1.
And there's a defense, and now Tony La Russa is going to put him out there this afternoon with Eloy, Luis, and Adam in the outfield, and that is a pretty good defensive outfield. Jake, Tim, Josh, and Jose in the infield. Yasmani Grandal's got the plate. Vince Velasquez made a wonderful slider into strike 3 the last pitch. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. This guy's a killer on the first pitch, by the way.
And he took a rip at it there for strike 1.
Take a look at that one as he buries it down and in. You see a little dot on the back of the baseball. That shows you that it is a slider instead of that knuckle curve.
There's a curveball 0-2.
Well, the stuff so far is as crisp as we've seen Vince throw it. He stays right there. He's going to be in great shape.
No balls, 2 strikes, 5 pitches, 5 strikes from Vince Velasquez. And this ground ball is going to find its way at least into outfield grass. Tim smothers it, but Franco has a 1-out single, his 4th hit of the series.
This certainly was too close a pitch in a situation where you're ahead. I mean, that was a hanging breaking ball. Looked to be a hanging slider. And Franco's just too good a hitter. He doesn't miss those. So he's aboard, and he is a base running threat.
He signed an 11-year contract last year.
Gives him a little stability.
A little bit. He could build a couple of houses.
Probably turned down a 30-year deal.
Sounds like a mortgage. Here's Randy Arozarena, who was ejected after a strikeout yesterday. And this, he floats to center. Luis Roberts not going to get there. And it's back-to-back hits for Tampa Bay. Not well struck baseballs, but singles nonetheless.
Well, he's pretty happy with that because he was hitting 182 coming in. He hasn't shown a whole lot this year, but they are a better team with him in the middle of this lineup. And they did lose something when he was ejected yesterday.
Yeah, and his spot came up in a very important moment. I mean, 2 out, nobody on in the 8th inning. That's the type of situation where he could easily tie the game with one swing.
And fortunately, that early ejection led to a left-hander, and that was low in that spot.
Now here's a guy who's really been swinging a hot bat for Tampa Bay, and Ji-Man Choi. First pitch, curveball in the dirt. Yasmani Grandal is on it, and there's ball 1.
I think Tony made a pretty good play yesterday when he decided, with a 3-1 count and Choi a pinch hitter in the 9th inning, to intentionally walk him to set it up for Walls. So Walls hit with the bases loaded, struck out swinging to end the game on a good Hendricks slider. And Choi couldn't do any damage because he's doing a lot of damage to everybody this year.
Yeah, the early 1,000 slugging percentage will do the trick, certainly. Two and 0.
At this point, it does lead you to wonder if Choi has ever grounded into a double play.
Are you trying to divine it here?
I think a ground ball to Harrison would look awfully good with Tim as a pivot man, even though he's on the first base side of second.
3-0. Now a very dangerous pitch.
Yeah, with Yandy Diaz hitting 200 up behind him, if I'm Kevin Cash, I'm giving him a 3-0 green light, because he is hitting just about everything in sight. There's a look at Yandy.
Looming very close.
He's over Yandy.
Oh boy. The kids call those dad jokes.
Well, it's one of those too.
3-0. Got a strike. Right down the middle.
It's a situation where if you can get out of this, it might propel you to a fine outing.
3-1. Called a strike. A changeup in the neighborhood. 3-2.
Choi checking with Larry Vanover. Larry Vanover said it came over and had the plate. Let's call it close enough.
Sure.
Neighborhood ball.
Franco at second. Arozarena at first. On 3-2. It's ball 4. It's a fastball that he buried, and the bases are loaded for Tampa Bay in the first inning. Remember, they scored in the first yesterday. One of their 2 runs. So here's Yandy Diaz, who is 1 for 6 in the series. He does have the 2 walks he picked up yesterday.
The only contact was a 1-hopper right back at Liam Hendricks, which led to the go-ahead run in Kiermaier being taken down at third base.
Vince misses with a slider, ball 1. Yandy Diaz, who had a big AL wildcard game in Oakland for Tampa Bay in 2019 with a couple of home runs.
You want to see Yandy hit the ball on the ground because he doesn't have great speed. Infield is straight away. They're certainly looking for two. They're in a couple of steps.
Called a ball. It was right near the zone. 2-0.
That was actually a better pitch than the one that was called on Choi. This one actually had a part of the plate. Not a big part, but a part nonetheless.
That's a ball. It's 3-0 now. That one was in.
That was in off the plate. I think another errant pitch here. We're going to see Ethan Katz quickly out to the mound.
We're going to see the scoreboard change too.
Unfortunately.
Ball 4. Bases loaded, walk, and it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. And here is Ethan Katz.
So we'll take a look. That one non-competitive. That one a pretty close pitch. Larry Vanover did not give it to him. That one a close pitch, but it was a ball. That one was even more of a ball, and that's the second run driven in by Diaz. And just like yesterday, Tampa starts out on top 1-0.
So if you're Josh Lowe coming up here, first pitch swing has got to be on the table.
Yeah, to me, you look first ball, fastball. When a guy is struggling with all of his secondary pitches as well as his fastball, pitching coach comes to the mound, you figure he's giving him some sort of a tip on how to get ahead, and that's at least what you're looking for.
Josh Lowe with 4 career major league hits. He's 4 for 25 so far. 0 for 3 in the series. Let's see if he gears up. First pitch curveball. Rosarena, Choi, and Diaz on base, and there's a good changeup. 1-1 for Lowe. Outside on a change. It was nearby. This crowd revolting against Larry Vanover, but that looked like it was out of the zone.
That one was out of the zone. Changeup is one of the few pitches that you can fool a hitter either with location or the variance in velocity. Fastball, for instance, you have to fool him with location, because in the case of Vince, he tops out at 94. Most of his fastballs are 94. If he doesn't hit his spot, he's going to have some problems. But a straight change, he'll have a lot of hitters out in front.
On the ground, back to the mound. Vince had it and dropped it, and now has no play. That could have been 2 and likely should have been 2. Instead, it's 2-0.
Well, nobody is more aggravated than Velasquez, because when you get handed a gift, you have got to make the play. He's normally a very good fielder. We saw that when he was with Philadelphia, and here he just can't make the play at the plate. Doesn't have the presence of mind to spin and throw to first base. It is E1. It's 2-0, and it's turning into a nightmarish inning.
Yeah, that was the comebacker he needed and wanted, and now it's about recalibrating and making sure it doesn't unravel even more. There's the speedy Manuel Margot. Fastball for strike one. On base number is good right now at 357 for Margot. Over second and down for a base hit. Engel charges. It is 3-0 as they'll stop Diaz at third.
This one 88 down the middle. It is a changeup. It catches too much of the plate. Margot hits it off the end of the bat. His contact isn't great, but he drives in his 5th run of the year. 3rd of the game. Bases are still loaded, and the merry-go-round continues.
First pitch.
Well, that's a perfect pitch. Larry Vanover missed that, and that puts him in a hole to start with. The ball had most of the plate.
Yeah, there have been a couple the crowd didn't like that Vanover was right on. That one was a miss. Fouled away, 1-1 as he went back to the curveball. One fan chanting, "We want machines," at Larry Vanover. Or he just really enjoyed the Industrial Revolution. One. Fastball low, 2 balls and a strike. Look, these are not hard hit baseballs. 80 miles an hour, 73 miles an hour, 65 miles an hour, 72 miles an hour, but the walks have been the problem.
2 walks and an error. That error actually could have gotten him out of the inning. A one hopper right back to him. Normally a good fielder. This time not so much.
2-2 on Kiermaier.
But the thought of 5 innings out of Vince today has gone by the boards, as this has been a labor intensive first inning. Pitch number 28 on the way. Going to put a lot of pressure on the bullpen. Heading to Cleveland, where the Guardians are having their hands full with the Giants. Giants trying to sweep that series.
Forecast looks a little ominous tomorrow in your hometown.
Yeah, it's rain too.
We'll be lucky if it's rain.
Well, it could be a little snow.
Yeah.
But
well, he plays for Minnesota.
JT Snow? I thought he was with the Rams.
Sano.
Oh, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
That guy hit a home run the other day. He's going to hit a few this year, I think.
You think maybe to left field?
I think so.
3-2 on Kiermaier. And he takes a little bit low. Ball 4. A second bases loaded walk. 3rd walk of the inning. And it's 4-0 Tampa Bay.
First run batted in of the year for Kevin Kiermaier, who's known for his defense. Tanner Banks throwing in the pen.
Ethan Katz has not had a game like this so far this year.
Right. You can plan your little heart out, but when any of your pitchers have this kind of command and control, you've got a problem.
Strike called on the corner. The crowd rejoices as Mejia, the 9th batter of the inning, is down a strike. Strike 2. Vince is looking like I would have taken that strike earlier. 0-2. Struck him out. He busted him with the fastball, and 2 gone.
As easy as 1, 2, 3, and that one on the outside corner drifting away. There's good late movement on this. And now if you can retire Lau twice in 1 inning and get out of this inning.
And you have an offense that's been pretty geared up early in the year, and we'll see what happens. Call a strike. 4 pitches to Lau in the inning, a strikeout and an 0-1 count here. You know, they've played 4 full innings in Baltimore. They're scoreless, and here we are in the top of the first. There are 4 runs on the board already.
It is a very strange game. Unpredictable at best.
One ball, 1 strike on Lau, who is hitless 0 for 7 in the series. Part of the reason the Sox have won 2 games is the top of the card. Brandon Lau, he scored 2 runs on walks, but he does not have a hit. High in the air, left-hand side. Eloy Jimenez makes the catch. So, not exactly as planned, but there's time left. At InsureOnTheSpot.com, Tim Anderson always has a high batting average on balls in play at .476, and considering the numbers the Sox have put up in terms of exit velocity, the BABIP being low means you would think it would even out.
J.P. Fireeisen goes to the mound. He's the opener. The longest he's ever gone starting a game has been an inning and a third, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do today. No walks, 4 strikeouts. He throws straight over the top with a 4-seamer. He's not overpowering. Uses the top part of the strike zone with that fastball. Adds a slider and a change to go with it. Be nice to bite into that lead.
And quickly. First pitch, fastball is struck right down the center to Tim Anderson.
I'm not sure anybody's going to do it against him, because if he only goes for a very short outing, there are no bunters at the top, but he falls off the mound to the first base side. Very vulnerable to any bunt up the third base side.
1 ball, 1 strike from Fireeisen, who is from tiny River Falls, Wisconsin, which is west of Menominee and east of Minneapolis.
Doesn't Menominee have some falls also?
I believe so.
It's very big in that area.
Especially if I go there and walk around for a while.
Niagara Falls. And you.
It's 4-0. Not anymore. Maybe we'll find out. Tim deep to left, and this is caught. Wow. Low at the wall, reels it in, 1 gone.
Well, once again, we see the elements take away a home run, because normally that is way out of the park. Tim knew he got most of this. Good play by Josh Lowe. All the way back to the State Farm, up and over the wall. That would have been out of the park. But the wind is blowing straight in. It's 40 degrees, not ideal temperatures unless you hit a line drive rocket out of the park. But that is a big effort to start off the ball game.
That ball was crushed.
Yeah, he hit it about as hard as you can hit it. We'll get the exit velocity on that, and I think we'll be surprised. It was 104.3. Surprised it was caught.
Strike 1 to Luis Robert on a foul ball. What a play by Lowe.
Nice effort. I mean, he went back, he timed it perfectly, and at the top of his leap, he was able to take it out of the stands and back into the field of play.
One ball, 1 strike to Robert, who sat down with White Sox interpreter Billy Russo for a pretty long interview the other day. And one of the things Luis said to Billy that he learned about in 2020 was how to handle a slump, whether a prolonged slump, a short slump, and it's just a matter of getting out of it as quickly as you possibly can, said Luis. And so at 0 for 8 in the series, you'd imagine he'd like to pick up a hit here. But he's, you know, Luis hasn't talked at length to very many people. He and Billy are close, and Luis even talked about it a little bit in the interview. He's a painfully shy guy. He's an electric player. He's an extrovert of a baseball player and an introvert as a personality.
Well, I don't think that's uncommon. I mean, there's a little of that in Mike Trout also, who's as good as it gets, but would just as soon be to himself quite a bit. When he came up, people used to laugh when I said he's got Mike Trout talent, but he truly does. Now, nobody's going to know if he's going to grow into that, because Trout right now, when you take a look at his swing, it's so short, so quick, and so powerful. But Luis has the ability to do that.
Right hand side, Margot has to charge, and he makes the catch, leaning toward the line for out number 2.
Time now for a T-Mobile coverage cam. We'll take a look at the first play of the ball game, and it was a dandy. But that's a big effort. Low goes all the way back, times it perfectly. Feyereisen is relatively ecstatic. Kiermaier says, I used to do that myself on occasion. How about that?
That'll just warm your heart. The hug out of nowhere, huh?
Actually, Kevin Kiermaier is known for doing a whole lot of that.
I'm telling you, it's funny you say that, because Adam Engel and I had about a 10-minute conversation today about robbing home runs at the wall, and the one guy he mentioned who he has said is really, really good at it that he watches in that category is Kevin Kiermaier.
Yeah, it's so much a sense of timing, and some guys will leap too early, some guys will lose how close they are to the wall. Some guys don't feel for it soon enough. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. And although Luis Robert is great and a Gold Glove caliber center fielder, the one hole in his game is the ability to navigate the wall consistently. That's going to come with experience. When he has more of those plays, he's going to get very good at it, because he's very good at every aspect of this game. But right now, Adam Engel is state of the art as far as this team and most of the league is concerned.
The active leader right now in home run robberies is Lorenzo Cain with 11, and he's done that in about 9,000 outfield innings. Adam Engel is 5th active right now with 7, and he's done it in a third of the innings at just over 3,000 innings.
Yeah, I mean, it shows you the timing that he has. Number one, you have to have the jumps. You have the jumps, that's a good thing. Number two, the timing has to be brilliant, and he's got all of that. You see him coast to the wall, locate exactly where he is, and then make that jump so that at the top of his jump, that's where the ball is.
So that's one of the keys he was talking about earlier today, is that especially in the corners of the outfield, if you don't high point the ball, it's going to already be beyond your glove. The trajectory of the baseball is such that you have to pick it up at its highest point, or else you've lost it. Strike 3 on a fastball down the middle, and this would be a 4-1 game if not for Josh Lowe. Brilliant play by the Rays left fielder, and a warm embrace on a cold day.
Struck out 2, and even Lope, he was pitching a tough part of the lineup, and he only gave up a run. So, I mean, that was 1-run game, and bullpen does what it did.
Managed for Success, presented by University of Chicago Medical Center. That bullpen yesterday, and Tony mentioned Reynaldo Lopez. That was a very tough part of the order he faced. He gave up the 1 run, but not the lead. Second base, Josh Harrison pulls one in off Franco's bat.
Yeah, we told you that he just loves the first pitch, and just under 20% of the time he is going to hit that first pitch hard. This is a rocket. Josh is right there to make the play, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out. Vince knows that he's got to have a quick and scoreless inning here to go deeper into this ball game. Doesn't start off real good, although he does have the out, and that one almost took the glove out to right field with it. Nice play by Josh.
Made himself into an NFT there. Pose.
That'd be good.
Yeah. 107 off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand why they signed him to that 11-year deal. Franco is a star now. He's only going to get better, and it's really frightening how good he is from both sides of the plate.
I gotta tell you, I like watching Josh Harrison play baseball, Steve. I do.
Well, I think he shows you how much he enjoys playing baseball, and it's infectious. You feel the same way when you watch him play. Always has a smile on his face, always gives you everything he has. That's why a couple games back, on a ground ball in the infield, he didn't run to first base quite as well as he should have, and I thought there has to be something wrong, because he never dogs it down the line. He hustles every moment he's on the field, and it turned out he had a sore back, which was rectified with a couple days off.
We've seen as well. I mean, he is a really smart baseball player.
Yeah. Got his very good instincts. He knows exactly where to look and throw the ball.
2-2 on a Rosarena. Randy Rosarena singled to center and then scored on the error against Velasquez, which could have been a double play and gotten the Sox out of the inning. Slider outside. Three walks, 2 strikeouts thus far through 11 batters. This is down the left field line, rippling into the corner and tumbling to Eloy Jimenez. It's a double for Rosarena, who's 2 for 2.
We'll take a look at some defense on this homestand. Josh Harrison. Doesn't matter if it's at second base or it's at third base. This was a long way to go to his left. The good flip. That was a snappy play to get the force out and out of the inning on a very wet day. Then he ranges far to his left, throws it right on the button, and that's what we've seen. He makes consistently accurate throws.
And then this.
Very nice. Came at a good time because that would have been a run with that double by Rosarena.
Ji-Man Choi with the Rosarena at second. Called a strike. Yaz is really having to fight that fastball, though. The location has been hazy today for Vince Velasquez. Second inning brought to you by Menards.
Well, I know it sounds strange, but I'm a big proponent in not throwing the ball on the corners when there is no count or when you're behind in a count. The reason is, if you break the plate down in thirds, inside third, outside third, middle third, never use the middle third, but use the outside third on the first pitch, maybe you'll get a swing, maybe he'll hit it at somebody. But when you try to hit the corner, more times than not, you're going to miss that corner and fall behind. That sets up an offensive at bat.
Like that.
I mean, he's really been just off the corners on both sides of the plate, not challenging these guys at all. And you keep pitching from behind, and these guys that are normally 230 hitters become 280 hitters.
Two and one. Swung through a changeup and lost his hat in the process.
That happened to be one of the better pitches Vince has thrown today. This was a changeup at 89. It wasn't location, it was velocity that fooled Choi.
Smooth recovery, though.
Nothing left to the imagination as far as the swing speed.
Well, that was a full-on swing from Ji-Man Choi. Check swing. It did not go. 3-2. That's one thing I learned about Korean baseball from doing the KBO in 2020 is that there is, as we see the check swing here and the no-go, there is no sense of shame in a large swing. It is full out dance like nobody's watching in the batter's box, essentially.
Exactly like Javi Baez. That's exactly what he does. He lets it all go. By the way, he is on the IL. He's got a thumb injury, so that's a loss for Detroit.
Big loss. 3-2 is down the middle. Your 2022 Chicago White Sox presented by Guaranteed Rate. With Guaranteed Rates, close with confidence guaranteed. You'll make your closing date or get $5,000 in cash. And to catch all the action on the field, secure your spot with a ticket package. Full 40, 20, and 10 game plans are available.
I would think it would be time for all the teams that are behind today to start to score, because there's an oddity right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the oddity is Tampa's leading 4-0. We know that. San Francisco's leading 4-0 over the Guardians.
Bunch of scoreless games.
Miami's leading 5-0. Toronto's leading 3-0 over Oakland. Washington's leading 3-0 over Pittsburgh. And Milwaukee 3-0 over St. Louis. Every team that's leading, the other team hasn't scored.
Now this ball gets into center field. Roberts going to have to charge quickly. Arozarena had a notion, I think, that he might get a chance to come home. He was booking it for third, but Luis got there quickly, so it's only one base.
All things considered, this is not going in Vince's time capsule for defense. Throws that one into center field. Throws it behind. Joshua has no chance for it. So that's his second error. And we're in the second inning.
There's a strike, 1-1. So you're saying that there is no game in Major League Baseball where both teams have scored?
Nope, not yet.
In the air to right. Adam reaches out to make the catch, and that will do it. Arozarena stranded at third. Will go bottom two. Sox trying to score. Time for the blue sky cleanup hitter. It is Yasmani Grandal, last year in the 4 spot. 5 homers, 23 walks, 18 strikeouts. Those are very nice numbers in the 4th position where he is today. JP Fireisen awaiting Grandal's arrival. Strike one. We talked to Yasmani after the ball game about that at bat when he had the base hit to the left side against the shift yesterday. And he mentioned that the type of pitcher he was facing, along with this situation, made him think about hitting the ball to that vacant left side where he might not have in another scenario, like possibly here.
No, in this situation, he's trying to hit it through the shift.
He might be trying to hit it to the stands in right center.
That would be nice also. The wind is blowing that way at this point.
Another change, 1-2.
The guys last year didn't square up Fireisen all that well. Doesn't strike out too many, doesn't walk too many.
Making her own bed there.
It's a good spot.
Nice, relaxing. Strike 3 on a changeup. Fireisen threw a handful of those. One gone. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois has teamed up with the White Sox to move 4 lucky fans closer to the action every Tuesday night as part of the Family of the Game experience. Don't forget to bring your Blue Cross Blue Shield card for your chance to win. Blue Cross, your biggest fans standing with you or laying there with you through it all.
Aw, she's got on her Easter best.
Eaten away.
As it should be at the ballpark.
That is a level of happy that all adults should aspire to be. Eloy got something in his eye
Again. This happened to him yesterday, although he didn't need any assistance yesterday. Maybe he's looking for some drops. Yep. I believe that's a universal sign for drops.
There you go. James Kruk is out there.
See, universal sign.
Drop number 1 on the way and in.
Not bad. Well located.
So you mentioned when you're struggling to find command with a fastball, you don't want to hit the corners. You want to hit more the meat of the plate. With eye drops, you want to go directly straight in the middle, or you're looking for the corners, shave off the edge?
Good thing about it is you've got the flexibility to hit either side, or keep it high or low. As long as you get some of it in a guy's eye, and whatever it is, it worked because Eloy is back and ready to go.
Tremendous job. Location matters big time for James Kruk there, and he nailed it. And there's a changeup. 0-2. That's what we call a drop in television.
Yep.
Let's see. Did he get straight in the middle there? Where'd it go? Well,
the first one went a little low.
I think he jammed him.
I want to make sure it didn't go out of the park. He was keeping it down.
James threw the sinker eye drop. There's a 2-seam eye drop.
Whatever it was, it worked, and hopefully Eloy can make some contact as you look at the chest of drawers that contains basically everything you need to get through a Major League Baseball game.
James going to get to his phone and say, what in the world are they doing to me?
We're breaking it down.
1-2 in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This is probably more changeups than Feyereisen has been known to throw, but he feels pretty good about it today, and so far it's working for him.
Two and 2. That's a ball outside. 3-2. In the truck, they named their video machines after colors, and I'm told the eye drop replay was on red, but it's no longer on red.
Well, of course it was. Yeah, now it's cleared up.
3-2. In the air and foul to the right-hand side.
There's nobody up in the bullpen right now for Tampa, although I would think Kevin Cash could get 2 out of Feyereisen. He would be very happy.
Three and 2. Struck him out. Slider. Good tight slider. 3 straight strikeouts.
Before every Sox game, don't miss White Sox pregame live. Tomorrow, Frank Thomas is back in the studio, probably talking about the rain with Chuck. Help us kick off the series in Cleveland with coverage starting at 4:30 on NBC Sports Chicago Plus.
Frank may not make it to the studio tomorrow, but we hope so.
It's ominous.
A little ominous. But the Sox will be ready for battle.
They will, just in case.
Can you make a balloon sword? We just saw the balloon swords there in the crowd.
I was never really good at that. I did like the helium, however.
Well, that's not shocking. 2-0. Yeah, I don't know how you tie it off.
No.
I don't. It's never understood. That's a balloon bunny for Easter. Look, it's a bunny.
Cuatro Banero. Is that how you say that in Spanish?
I don't know.
I thought you knew some Spanish.
I do, but not Easter themed. Thank you. Now it's a bunny. We got a bunny fight in the bleachers. One reluctant bunny and one very aggressive bunny. Three balls and a strike on Gavin Sheets. I mean, look, Sox go down 4-0 in this game. A lot of time left for this offense, which has won a couple of one-run games so far in this series. High in the sky, third base side. Yandy Diaz makes the catch. And that will be it. On guard. The wingspan's becoming an issue. Tail of the tape. Talking about the heat he threw yesterday.
How about 39 pitches, 100 miles an hour or better against the Dodgers? He was brilliant, a promising young kid.
Justin Verlander is back. He looked awesome.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that he missed as much time as he did. Watching him pitch yesterday, he was able to control up, down, in, out, and was brilliant.
And then Juan Soto with a splash down into the Allegheny in Pittsburgh.
He would do that a lot if he played in that ballpark, but I got a feeling Pittsburgh's not going to trade for him.
You know, it was interesting. I don't think you're right there.
Yeah.
It was interesting to hear Justin Verlander after that game in the win over Seattle, because he said it was really gratifying to have the feeling back of being that dominant. You know what it's like to be a dominant pitcher the season you won the Cy Young Award. To have that feeling, what's that like?
Well, first of all, there's one thing with him. He's a great pitcher, has been a great pitcher for a while. He didn't suffer through some bad times, so he was used to going out there with overwhelming stuff, dominating hitters, and doing it regardless of what pitch he was throwing. He could throw awfully hard, get it up to 98 when he had it, but he'd start the game at 93, 92, whatever the case may be, and then he would accelerate as the game moved along, but he just made very good hitters look bad. You don't really appreciate all of that until it's taken away from you, and that's exactly what happened, because he got hurt, had to go through surgery, and didn't know what exactly he would come back with. But that fastball was still very crisp. The breaking ball was right there. He had command of everything. He literally didn't look like it. Spent 14 months to come back after Tommy John surgery, but it was a miraculous outing for a guy who has dominated major league hitters for a long time, and looks like he's going to do it again for a long time.
It's good for the game to have him back on the mound.
But there's another aspect to it.
First, this to center field. Robert back on it, and at the edge of the track, one down.
Long after the physical aspect of any injury is by the boards, the psychological aspect continues. And when you come back and you feel like the arm will support what you have, in the back of your mind is it going to let go on this pitch? Am I going to feel what I felt before on this pitch? Can I throw that hard slider? Will I be able to throw that breaking ball again? And that stays with you for a while. And this outing went a long way to assuaging those feelings. Now it looks like psychologically he is back where he was, and we know physically, although probably isn't at the top of his game, he might be here in the next few starts.
Let's be honest, pitching is a very confrontational job. You have to be better than the other guy at all times.
Well, the great part about this team game that is baseball, it's built around an individual confrontation between two highly skilled athletes. One with a bat in his hand, and if he's successful 3 of 10 times, he's a star. The other has the advantage of knowing what he's going to throw, where he's going to throw it, and at what speed he will throw that. And so the pitcher has the advantage. Quite obviously, if any other sport you do it 3 out of 10 times, not going to be all that great at it. Baseball is a different sport. That's why the most difficult thing to do is hit a baseball, and it's very difficult to get out major league hitters consistently because they're very good.
There's a bunt from Margot. Grandal pounces on it and makes the throw. Nice play by Yaz for out number 2.
That was a very good play, and fortunately it was out far enough so he had a good angle on the throw to first base. Margot wanted to bunt it a little bit closer to third baseman Berger, who was back on the play. They throw him out by plenty, and Diaz just jumps on it. Plenty of confidence, knowing exactly where he is, gets an automatic angle on the throw, and it works out well. Quickly 2 up and 2 down, which is a good thing this inning.
In the third inning, which is brought to you by Hyundai. Kevin Kiermaier takes ball 1. The Rays are here in Chicago for the week. They're playing the Cubs next. Kevin Kiermaier will get a chance to visit with his brother, groundskeeper over at Wrigley.
They haven't been there since 2017.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, it really is.
But that will change very soon with the schedule alignment being altered starting next year.
Yeah, I don't know if the Cubs are really going to enjoy seeing some of those really powerful teams in the American League East especially. But I mean, the American League is getting better across the board, and now you will play every team every year, and instead of 18 or 19 against your division, it'll only be 14.
We've been talking about that for years up here, that seeing the Stars in your ballpark more often is good for the game.
Yeah, I think the fact that you'll see them every other year, you'll see every star from the other league in your ballpark every other year. I think that's great for the baseball fans, because you'll get a chance to see, for instance, if you're a Pittsburgh Pirate fan, you come to the ballpark, you get to see Mike Trout every other year. Shohei Ohtani every other year. I mean, that's just great. And the same thing on the other side. You're an American League team, you get to see the Dodgers. You get to see all the stars the Dodgers have, and you see them every other year. You get to see Walker Buehler. Hopefully Clayton Kershaw, if he's around, you get to see him. I mean, it's great to see the stars of our game, because that's one of the things that's so entertaining.
High fastball. Vince has righted himself. Just 1 hit since that first inning, and the Sox will bat next.
Agent Jeff Vukovich. Get to enjoy knowing the Vuk as much as you do the jingle at jeffvuk.com, because Nationwide is on your side. I'm telling you, we should take this on the road. Actually, we will, to Cleveland starting this evening. Yeah. Chris Mazza comes in the ball game this year. It hasn't been too impressive. Opponent's hitting .389, which is a robust number. Feyereisen threw the ball really well. 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, and that was it. 6 up, 6 down. He turns it over to Mazza. And the Sox are looking for a little offense. I was in Canada, that's the way I would say it.
No doubt about it. Josh Harrison will lead it off. All those numbers for Mazza came in 1 game on April the 11th against against Oakland in a 13-2 loss. 3 innings, 6 earned runs, 75 pitches, 47 strikes, 10 fly balls, 4 ground balls. That would be a good idea for the Sox here, especially once you get to the top of the order. First pitch nearly hit Josh Harrison. It turned him all around.
Good reflexes, though, because it spun him out of there. Didn't miss him by much. Kind of interesting. They're in at the cut of the grass on the corners, both Choi and Diaz, thinking that Harrison's going to lay one down. We haven't seen any team defend him like that.
One and one to Harrison. Tampa Bay has thrown more bullpen innings than anybody in Major League Baseball, and in part because of their opener system. Feyereisen the opener today. 2 innings at the front end as Harrison goes chasing a slider. 1-2. Chris Mazza is a distant cousin of Joe DiMaggio.
Where has he gone?
I will turn my lonely eyes to this 1-2 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So I just read a story last week about Paul Simon talking about Mrs. Robinson, the song, and his favorite player was actually Mickey Mantle. and he apologized to Mickey Mantle.
It didn't fit the rhythm.
That's exactly right. The syllables were wrong,
right.
So he wanted Joe DiMaggio.
You can't beat that. I had dinner one night with a lot of the Yankee greats.
Really?
Yeah, in Phoenix. I closed one of my restaurants, and Mickey Mantle was among them. Whitey Ford, Yogi Berra.
What was that like?
Hank Bauer. It was a wonderful evening.
High in the air, short center field. Kiermaier lost something and got the ball, 1 down.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. That might have been a hand warmer. I believe he's probably using that. And
Jake Berger has tattooed the baseball. 110, 107, 106, 98, and 95 in the hard hit category. And then the single off Gilbert at 91. He's top 15 in baseball, minimum of 6 hits.
You like to see him keep it going, because with Moncada out, it really gives Jake a chance to establish his value. And you never know what happens. I mean, you get a guy that can hit the ball as hard as he can, and when you take a look at his defense, I mean, the first thing with a guy this big, you say, okay, well, maybe he's not going to be that good a defender. He hasn't shown anything at third base to let us feel like he is a liability out there. He's actually done a good job.
The shortstop, Wander Franco, gets around it, and that's 8 up, 8 down. Grab your friends and head to the park for Miller Lite Bleachers and Brews. Get 1 ticket and 2 beers starting at $27 all season long. Must be 21 and over with a valid ID. Scan the QR code right there to purchase. I want to hear more about this dinner with the Yankee greats you had down in Arizona.
Well, because there was nobody there but guys from their own team and me, basically, we had some of our staff there. The guys were very open about some of the great things that happened, and you know, they got a chance. They might not have had too many opportunities to all get together. There wasn't that many of them. I think there was 7 or 8 of them, and it was just one of those evenings that you might dream of having but never really get a chance to. And a former member of the Yankee organization who played with a lot of those guys when they were in the minor leagues coming up was running Fashion Square at that point. And Fashion Square was a mall, is a mall in Scottsdale, and he asked me if I would close the restaurant down. He told me why. I said, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was interesting. It was educational. Mickey turned out to be a wonderful guy.
Yeah.
A great storyteller. He had a good time, and just the whole thing was one of those special evenings.
What a cool night.
Yeah, it was.
2-2 from Mazza to Adam Engel, getting his first run here in right field last couple of days. First start of the series for Adam. 3-2, trying to be the first base runner for the Sox this afternoon. We finally have a couple of games where both teams have scored.
I know. It's the first one was the Texas game. They tied the Angels at 1-1.
Willie Calhoun, an RBI double. Ball 4. Adams on, and TA will bat here in the 3rd. That's Sox walk presented by Feldco.
Oakland has come back, score a run, trailing Toronto 3-1. Oakland is one of the real interesting stories. I mean, they trade away most of their team, and they're right there at 5-4 coming into play today with the vaunted Toronto Blue Jays, who are also at 5-4. Somewhat surprising.
Very surprising.
Yeah.
Tim takes a slider in, a slow slider from Mazza. outside 1-1.
Time now for the momentum changer presented by First Midwest Bank. Sometimes the momentum changer is on defense. Tim thought he hit a home run. We thought he hit a home run, but Josh Lowe had other ideas. All the way back to the wall, leans over, takes the hit, and gets the baseball. And Tim goes, that looked to be my second. Instead, I got to hit the second all over again.
Tip foul, 1-2 on that slider from Mazza. You talking about Oakland? They got 11 home runs in the first 9 games this year. Sean Murphy's slugging nearly 600.
They've also had a really tough early season schedule. I mean, they're playing some very good teams.
Good for them. Mark Kotsay in his first year as a manager, former Major League outfielder. There goes Adam, and Tim squeezes that foul.
Tim went way out of his strike zone protecting on 1 and 2. Well, if he doesn't swing at that, there's no way in the world Mejia is going to be able to cut down Adam Engel. He had that one swiped rather easily.
See if Mazza checks out. Yeah, there he goes. And it slightly gets away, but not far enough. Debo says, wait, don't go anywhere.
Choi is very good at first base. That could have easily gotten by and cost him at least 90 feet. Maybe 2 bases if it gets by far enough. That's what a good base stealer does to the other team. You divide the pitcher's attention. You take away his concentration somewhat.
Adam runs again. Throw to second is way late.
And that's exactly what would have happened on the last pitch, but Tim fouled it off. This one was so wide that Tim decides not to even take a look at it, and Mejia no chance whatsoever. Sox 7 for 7 on the base paths. They're going to be more aggressive as we move along. Luis Robert, the premier base stealer so far. Engel would be if he played a bit more. He really has great first step acceleration. Along with Luis Robert, they both appear to be almost at top speed right after that first step.
Luis on deck. Tim on 2 and 2 with Adam in scoring position now. See if Mazza furnishes another slider here. He does, and it's clipped to first. Choi with the scoop. Safe! Here comes Adam. He's safe. Great read by Adam Engel. And it's 4-1.
Well, I think Mazza is saying maybe Tim got his foot and not the bag. Probably got his foot and the bag. But what a play by Adam Engel. I think he got him at first base. I think he got him both on the foot, and it looks like he actually beat him by an eyelash.
We'll hear from Larry Vanover. This is being reviewed.
And still a heads-up play by Engel. It shows you that if you have speed and anticipation, you can make a lot of things happen.
Challenging the safe call at first base.
There's the announcement from Larry Vanover.
Yeah, it's really a great play by Choi, because that's a tough one to get it and throw it right there so Mazza can right his footwork. Now, to me, he arrives at the bag before Tim does.
It's by about a 1/16 of a step.
Yeah.
I mean, but I agree with you. I think it's going to come back as an out and still 4-0. Unless they say there's not enough evidence to overturn. I mean, that's the key here, is that
Right.
Dan Bellino's
Call
call
on the field is overturned. Runners out. Tampa retains their challenge.
That's the right call by the replay room in New York.
It absolutely is. They got that one right, and they got it right by an eyelash, but he's out and out of the inning, and it's still 4-0.
Welcome to today's Sox Math.
Happy Easter from those of us at Sox Math. Oh my gosh.
That was a fine-looking bunny.
That was something.
That was a bunny that's been out since Christmas.
That was good job at Tony La Russa fan. Number of games Sox have won this homestand plus the number of games the Sox have lost this homestand. We're going for speed.
I got it.
You got it?
Do I have to recuse myself?
I think you probably are late already. Somebody's got the answer. All right, so here we are into inning number 4, and this ball by Mejia sliced into left and just foul wide of the line.
That one didn't miss by much, and Eloy really had no chance. He was around toward left center field, had a long run to the line, and the only thing you could hope was would it slice at the very last instant. Junior Valentine on the call, and the answer is yes, it could, and it goes as just strike one. Well, he had an unbelievably long hitting streak when he was in the minor league organization of the Cleveland Indians. And at that point, they thought that he might be one of their guys for a while, only to be included in a deal, and now a couple of deals.
He was with Lynchburg, I believe, at that point in the Carolina League.
58?
It
50.
was
50,
50, yeah.
That's good enough, I think.
Robin was 58 in college at Oklahoma State. 4th inning brought to you by the Village of Bedford Park. 0-2. He really expanded the strike zone on what could be the highest sinker of the day in Major League Baseball.
He has been throwing a lot of high sinkers tonight, or today, or both. This one is way out of the zone.
One down for Brandon Lau, who hit twice in the 1st inning and now comes up for the first time since then. On the ground at 3rd, Berger playing in. Well done. Time now for a message from Powering Chicago.
Who powers Chicago? We do. Powering Chicago's members consistently help create better construction, better careers, and better communities. Powering Chicago. IBEW Local 134, NECA, Chicago.
He's Steve Stone. I'm Jason Benetti, and that's the view from the outfield in right here at Guaranteed Rate Field.
Look, the Sox are down 4-0, but the importance now of this outing by Velasquez is that the more innings he throws, the less the bullpen has to throw. And with Cleveland coming up with 4 and Minnesota with 3, there's a couple of red-hot offenses Sox pitching is going to have to face. The more healthy the bullpen arms are going into those 2 series, the better off it's going to be. And that's why for Vince, although it was a rocky and very bad 1st inning, he's righted the ship. He's gotten them into the 4th, hopefully through the 4th here, and maybe get a chance to go into the 5th inning, although this is pitch number 70 on the way.
It's called a ball. It was close. Yaz thought he was holding strike 1. Look, it's fair to say, too, that those Cleveland-Minnesota games just matter more because they're divisional games.
Yep, same thing with the Guardians. I mean, the Guardians feel the same way when they play the Sox, as do the Twins. They realize in those games you're vying to try to beat the champion of the division, which is the Sox.
Strike, 3-1. Minnesota has scored in the top of the 7th inning. Look, it's a statue. Says the little one. Great Minnie Minoso jersey there, by the way.
Very nice.
Green one. Called a strike, a changeup that drifted a little bit, as did Franco.
the matchups for that series against Cleveland: Dallas Keuchel tomorrow going against Shane Bieber. It's Jimmy Lambert against Tristan McKenzie. Dylan Cease and Zach Plesac hook up on Wednesday. Michael Kopech, Cal Quantrill. Quantrill has really been good. I mean, he came out of the bullpen and assumed a role in the starting rotation, and since doing that, he has been wonderful for Terry Francona.
That is an interesting Cleveland team that has a lot of the same characters offensively that we've seen where they've been challenged to score.
But they've been before San Francisco came in. San Francisco now leads 6-0. Cleveland was hitting everything in sight. The San Francisco pitching has pretty much held them down.
On the ground to first, Jose on a nasty hop makes the catch to retire the side. So Vince has set down 8 in a row.
Back in when Joe comes along. Kendall Graveman is throwing great. Liam Hendricks, despite a high wire act a lot of the time, is still 4 or 5 in saves, which is something he takes a lot of pride in. If you're one of the best, if not the best closers in baseball, you always take a lot of pride in that. Liam saved the last 2 ball games. One very easily, the other with a bit too much drama, but it was effective.
So I walked by Liam in the clubhouse this morning and I said, nice job. And as he walked by me, he said, was it? Popped up back of home. Liam wants clean innings. And I said it was. Look at the left column there. And he said, I guess you're right.
Well, fortunately, he made a big pitch on the last pitch to Walls. Completely fooled him with a slider down and out of the zone. Well, that is a tough way to make a living.
No balls and a strike on Robert, looking for his first hit. And it's not going to come on that pitch.
So I think the no-hitter goes by the board this inning. I'm just having a hard time deciding who it's going to be.
Ooh.
Yeah. Taking a look, we'll see.
To second. Lau. One down. Here's your Sox Math winner for today. It's Joe Creedy again for the second time this homestand. Congratulations at the hot corner. 4 games in the win column, 1 loss. That's 5. And there's your winner, Joe Creedy. We'll do the video for either tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on the sleet in Cleveland. And the little one is just hanging around. Just hanging around.
Alice in Chains?
Could very well be. Yeah, that was worth it. Jose Abreu takes ball 1.
Well, I think if he comes out over the plate, Jose is going to be the first one to dent the hit column.
I didn't want to pressure you on it because usually you tell us what you've seen and then the rest comes to you if it needs to.
You see, I think there's a good chance Mazza feels the same way because he's being very careful with it.
Yep.
Occasionally you get lucky.
Oh, stop. Go away with the lucky.
Jose takes it through a vacated right side. And that ends the drama of the no-hitter. The perfect game went by the boards last inning. The no-hitter by the boards this inning. Now a run would be nice.
That would be nice. Are you seeing anything? Do you have an envelope over your head there, Johnny Carson? Rondal takes ball 1. Minnesota was threatening to take the lead in Boston in the top of the 7th, but the Red Sox just got out of a bases loaded jam, striking out Kyle Garlick. So Luis Robert hit the ball at 108 miles an hour to his ground out. Jose 103.5.
And still, Sox are employing solid contact. I mean, up and down the line. Although so far the Tampa pitching has been good. Fire Eisen was very good in his 2 innings of work.
I mean, there is truly nobody on the third base side now.
No, I mean, in this situation, if they wanted to take away his power, they're showing it to you with that defense. But he's not going to the left side unless it's an accident.
That was certainly an accident. Ball 4, 2 on for the Sox for Eloy Jimenez.
Eat, drink, and laugh along with Chicago today. From date night ideas to supporting local businesses, bringing the best of the city and suburbs. Don't miss Chicago Today, weekdays after the 11 a.m. news on NBC5. And the trip to the mound, we'd like to wish all of our viewers a very happy Easter. And we also would like to wish you a happy Passover if you happen to be celebrating. And if you're eating matzah, hopefully there'll be a lot of movement in your future.
No, that's Mazza.
Oh, that's Mazza. Oh, I see. We have one of those here, by the way.
We do. Mike.
Yep.
A lot of movement in our future, huh? Thank you.
Yeah. A lot of matzah is very tough on you.
Here's Eloy. 2 on, 1 out. And he takes a slider away. Ball 1.
Well, last time up, he really expanded his strike zone. Hopefully a little more patient here, and Mazza will come to him. The outfield shading him just a step toward right center field.
Larry Vanover not to be fooled by Mejia's framing. 2-0.
Well, Tony this year has given a lot of 3-0 green lights. Sox would like some instant offense with the tying run in the on deck circle and Gavin Sheets.
4-pitch walk, bases loaded for Gavin Sheets.
Whatever Kyle Snyder said when he went out there, it did not entail a 4-pitch walk.
All right, so if you're Gavin, what are you loaded up for here?
Well, you got a side wheeling right-hander, and so he's going to try to keep the ball away from you. You're looking for a mistake out over the plate. Got a sinker that used the whole plate.
Abreu, Grandal, Jimenez all on with a single and 2 walks. That hit him. Yeah, it did. Gavin got clipped by that pitch, and the Sox have run number 1 and maybe more coming.
A couple of very quiet first runs for both teams. This is a slider inside. Got just a piece of the shin. Gavin will take it. His first run batted into the year. The base is still loaded. But now it's a 3-run Tampa lead.
And here's the first guy for the Sox to get a second look at Mazza. It's Josh Harrison. Hazy command has led to basically all the scoring today. Sinker down low, ball 1. strike. A high cutter just clipped the zone. Did foul, 1-2.
Got that ball in on his hands, and Josh couldn't do anything with it. The infield is back. They're at what they term double play depth.
One and two. Gosh, such a good contact hitter.
Well, that one was very hittable. That was a slider that just came right over the outer third of the plate. It was a good pitch for contact to the right side. It doesn't do a whole lot, as you can see, but it moves just enough to take it off the good spot of the bat.
Almost got him. 2-2.
Everybody always talks about taking one for the team. However, when one comes up and in like that, you just want to get out of the way. And the best way for hitters to do it is turn back toward the catcher. Get out of it that way. Don't open up and try to get out of it.
2-2 fouled off. Another slider right in the middle of the plate. Jake Berger awaiting on deck. Pitch number 7 of the sequence. Time called.
Well, this becomes a huge at bat in this game. The bullpen up and going for Tampa.
Way outside and low, and a stab by Mejia saved a run.
A good effort by Mejia to his right. Fans once again on their feet.
On 3-2. He reaches out to punch a slider foul. It would have been ball 4, but he didn't want to chance it.
No, he's number one. He's in swing mode, but also he's a contact hitter, and he knows that ball started out, had a good piece of the plate, moved about 4 inches off the outside corner, but he couldn't afford to take it.
Pitch number 9 for Josh Harrison, and time called. Struck him out on the slider. 2 down.
For Mazza, the biggest pitch he's thrown all afternoon. And Josh really expands his zone. A whole lot of pitches, starts out with a sinker. Then he throws what appears to be a hanging slider. Good running fastball inside. Slider doesn't do much, followed by a slider that doesn't do much, and a slider stays over the middle. That was a good save by Mejia. And the expansion of the zone ends the inning.
With Berger on a ground ball to shortstop. Bronco to Lau, and that will do it. The Sox get 1 but nothing more. Welcome to our humble abode, which is staying warm thanks to the space heater. Jason and Steve. Sox had a chance last half inning and couldn't put up more than 1.
No, still a long way to go in this one, but when you let the opposition off the hook, that was an inning they should have scored probably 2, maybe 3 runs. Didn't work out that way. Still, as you say, a long way to go, and still Vince in the ball game. Hopefully he gets through 5 and turns it over to the offense.
Yeah, that's the hope, to help out the bullpen at least for the future with no off day before this road trip.
I think that's why this was an important outing, and after that shaky first, you had no idea that Vince would be going as long as he has, but with 75 pitches already in the bank, we'll see just how long Tony goes with them. The bullpen is up and going to start the inning. You know, I would be remiss if we didn't thank Bobby Bertucci for bringing up those wonderful hamburgers yesterday. You got a regular cheeseburger, I believe.
Yep.
I got a regular double burger, I believe.
They were fantastic.
Only thing would be better would have been a triple burger.
We got caught up in the game yesterday and didn't mention it.
I know.
But those were outstanding.
Yep, they were. They usually are. The Bertucci's do a great job.
It was great to see Bobby on opening day here at the ballpark down in the lobby, and it had been way too long. Years.
Well, he still has that perpetual tan.
Randy Arozarena takes ball number 1 and calls for time. A lot of timeouts.
There has been today.
One ball, 1 strike for Arozarena, who is 2 for 2 today so far.
He needs to retire him for the first time leading off the inning.
One and 2. By the way, they have made the bottom of the 8th inning in Baltimore, and the Yankees and Orioles are still scoreless. How about that? Baltimore trying to win the series from the Yankees.
Well, Baltimore has been another one of those surprising teams. They didn't open the season with much. They did open it with 1 ace, and that was John Means. Unfortunately, he's got some elbow issues. Was put on the injured list for at least 60 days. So that appears to be serious. And anytime you hear about tightness in the elbow or forearm, you start thinking it's a precursor to Tommy John, and we hope that's not the case.
He's already dealt with some injury stuff in recent years. To third, it's Berger. He holds the line, and Jake slings it over there for out number 1.
Hey, White Sox fans, turn 2 and join the millions who already are saving by adding Xfinity Mobile to their internet. An unbeatable connection only from Xfinity.
I'm an Xfinity customer.
You are.
I am. My internet is perfect.
My internet is great also.
Really?
I don't use it, but it's great.
You don't use the internet at home?
Oh,
Or do you just sit by candlelight and read law books?
Oh, well, I have this hotspot in my handy dandy little smartphone. It seems to work just fine.
Robert was shaded into right center, and that's out number 2. G-Man Choi rocked that ball.
Well, he's been hitting the ball that hard all year long. Came in hitting over 500, 0 for 2 today with a walk and a run scored.
You should test your luck. Every home game, every White Sox game this season as well. You can do it while the Sox are on the road. 50-50 raffle, Sox Split, presented by Wintrust, on sale now until the end of the 7th inning. Get your Split the Pot 50-50 tickets at whitesox.com/Sox Split. Valid for Illinois residents 18 and over. 2 down. Ball 1 outside to Yandy Diaz. So look, Vince Velasquez, the first inning he wished didn't happen. However, he's retired 10 straight batters.
Yeah,
now.
he's made a very good comeback in this game. And again, whether it helps this game or not, the fact remains that it helps the bullpen going forward for a couple of days.
Ball to strike, top of the zone, 1-1. You've got a pocket of hitters with Lowe, Margot, and Kiermaier, left, right, left coming next. So you'd imagine Tanner Banks is being sized up for that part of the lineup. Love to see Vince get through the final out of the 5th here. Two and 1. This is down in front of Adam. 2-out single. And here comes Tony La Russa for that left-hander.
That was the first hit since the second inning. And we shall see. Tony has made the call to the pen. Vince's day is done. And a 4-1 ball game with a runner first base and 2 outs. And we'll step out. We'll be back after these messages. At Halstead and Pershing. Great offers. Your own banker, Lakeside Bank. It's about time. About time for Tanner Banks to come on. 2 games, 4 innings, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. But he's held the opposition at bay. He's got to do the same thing here for hopefully a couple of innings. And let the offense come back and battle their way back into this.
Lefty lefty with Lowe first. Yandy Diaz at first, the property of Vince Velasquez. And strike 1 from the Utah native Tanner Banks. His rookie year in Major League Baseball after nearly a decade in the minors. You know, it was interesting talking to Tanner Banks about his journey. And the one thing he said after 8 years in the minor leagues, that there's a different mentality of, you know, for years and years he was grinding and grinding, and it was always, what's the next step and what's that going to look like and how do I get to the next level? And now, instead of a pitching coach coming out and saying, hey, you're moving your backside a little bit too much or whatever it might be, it's, here's a scouting report, get this guy out. This is the highest level that I'm at now.
Well, it takes you a long time to get here. There's a lot of stages in baseball. Your first thing is you want to sign a professional contract. Having done that, you're looking for 1 day in the major leagues. If I can just get 1 day in the major leagues, and then when you get here, that's when you do everything you can to stay here, because this is the culmination of a lot of years of work.
Got a strike on a slider, bottom of the zone, 1-2. In search of a strikeout, Tanner Banks misses outside. There's a pocket of fans at this game once again that thinks everything's a strike.
Well, they would like to see a little more generosity on the part of Larry Vanover. I think he had an inconsistent first inning, but after that I think he's been calling him pretty well. Pretty accurately today.
2-2 from Tanner. Struck him out. Fastball challenged him right down the gut. Hit me or don't.
Well, I think if he comes out over the plate, Jose is going to be the first one to dent the hit column.
Yep.
Occasionally you get lucky.
Oh, stop. Go away with the lucky. Look, people ask me about this all the time, right? In the offseason, they say, does Steve actually know what's happening, or like does he somehow in advance find out this into left field, a base hit? I will tell everybody that my first season, we were sitting next to each other, and it was maybe like 3 weeks into the season. And I was only doing the home games at the time, and we were in a home game, and you wrote down on a piece of paper that somebody was going to get a hit in the inning, very casually slid it over to me. I opened it like I was going to read the winner of Best Picture at the Academy Awards, and then whap. And it's a marvel. I mean, you talk about picturing things before they happen.
Yeah, sometimes.
And it took a little while for me to really be on that wavelength and believe you. But I actually believe you. I really do. It happens way too much for it not to be true.
Well, sometimes you see something that you don't want to happen. You know it's going to. So you just don't bother saying it. You sit back and go, geez.
You use your powers for evil sometimes,
no,
accidentally?
Absolutely not. Are you kidding? I'm the good witch of the East or Midwest or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's some of that, almost all of that is questionable.
Boy,
Throw to
that
first, safe.
was very close. Adam Engel was leaning towards second base. Mazza is not difficult to run against because he takes a whole lot of time to deliver it. And you see that false move to second, back to the back of the bag. And here's the key on this. You have to go back to the back of the bag. And that's exactly what happened. And it got him back in there an eyelash before the tag.
I like the phrase back to the back of the bag.
You have to go back.
To the back of the bag.
To the back of the bag. You know what? That'd be a good place. We'll open up a nightclub. Back of the bag.
Back to the bag.
Back to the bag.
And then when people return, repeat customers, they would be back to the back of the bag.
Yeah. Bad thing.
Adam at first, nobody out. There goes Engel, and it's fouled away. It was another good jump.
Very good jump, a high fastball. That would have been easier for Mejia to throw.
Tim's caught a couple of bad breaks today. Nearly had a home run in the first, and then nearly drove in a run in the third, but was beat to the bag by a great play from Ji-Man Choi. 3-1 out on a scoop. Long hold and a throw to first.
It's very difficult for a guy that's a side wheeler to actually get a pickoff play at first base, because even with quick feet, which is a trademark of all good right-handed moves, it's a long way to unwind and get it to the bag in time. Yet he did almost get him on the pitch before this one.
And that's a tough catch for Choi. That hit Engel.
If it doesn't hit him, maybe it bounds away. That's a bad throw into the runner, and Adam gets it flush. That's the side tucks, right next to the buttocks.
You could call that a tailing fastball. There goes Adam again. And the double clutch gets him a steal of second base.
Well, I'm wondering how Mejia actually made that pick. I mean, that's a great pick and a good play to almost get him. Adam is in rather easily. But I mean, just coming up with the baseball is one thing. Getting it down there is something else, but you can't get it near in time after picking it out of the dirt.
What a pick.
Very good. Third career multi-steal game for Adam Engel.
That's outside. Off he goes again. He is into third.
Now he is having a whale of a time trying to knock down the offerings of Mazza. This is a breaking ball away, a slider away with huge movement. And it's on the way. Probably going to go as a wild pitch.
Indeed. So now 3-2 for Tim. Runner at third, nobody out in the infield back for Tampa Bay. Conceding that run. That's tipped in. Oh boy.
Yeah, that one got a lot of Mejia. Tim's looking at him.
While Mejia works that out, here's the day of Tim Anderson.
He thought he got every bit of that, and on another day it would have been long gone, but not today. Heroics of Lowe.
Then in the third, with Adam Engel at second base, this ground ball initially called safe.
Overruled and out of the inning without the run. And this is a tough part of catching. Yep, Yikes. Hey, how you doing? Oh, great. Is usually the answer to that. You get hit enough south of the border, it's going to slow you down a step or two.
Go. I think with all the technology we have in the world, that there would be some way.
Yeah, they're still bouncing guys on the plate when that happens. I don't think that's a great innovation in 2022.
3-2. Outside, it's ball four. Tim Anderson's on. And suddenly, in a game that was 4-0 before the Sox went to the bat rack, the tying runs at the plate with nobody out in the fifth.
And what's even more surprising, there's nobody up in the bullpen. Having said that, I think somebody is going to start to work.
I would imagine so.
Kyle Snyder coming out once again. That's in an effort to get somebody loose. I think you have to practice that slow walk. However, if you're a pitching coach, you have to work on walking really slowly to the mound, because you're serving a dual purpose. Number one, you want to settle down your pitcher who's in the game and not throwing a whole lot of strikes. And number two, you want that bullpen starting to work and getting ready in a hurry, and that's what's happening now in the Tampa Bay pen.
The Tampa bullpen that gave up eventually the winning run yesterday. That's Jalen Beeks, the former Red Sox prospect, getting loose. Elsewhere, Minnesota's trailing 3-1 in the eighth. Baltimore has broken the tie with the Yankees 2-0 in the eighth. And the Sox trying to come back here with Robert against Mazza. Good cut.
I'm sure that one of the things Kyle Snyder said to Mazza was, first pitch to Luis Robert doesn't have to be a strike because he is geared up and swinging.
Tim runs. Robert into center field. Kiermaier and the right fielder Margot, and it's Margot making the catch for out number one.
Luis didn't get a whole lot of that, and Margot is an elite fielder.
They got some good outfielders on this team.
Yeah, they really do. And we saw Lowe make a great play, and yet the two premier defenders are Kiermaier in center and Margot in right. So yes, left to right, they can run him down.
I mean, last year they were routinely taking Austin Meadows out of the outfield. They were so deep with defensive outfielders they could basically take their pick for the late innings with Kevin Cadd.
This becomes the key at bat of the game. The runners at the corners. And Jose, who got the first hit of the game, looking for an RBI right here.
Chant of MVP for Abreu as Tim gets back to first, and I hope his foot didn't, his hand didn't get stepped on.
Well, Troy went up and over him trying to make the plate. You know, he's a pretty big man, but he is remarkably nimble at first base. He's got very quick feet. He's got good hands. And he saved a couple from going into right field today, this being one of them. He's able to put the tag on and at the same time avoid stepping on Tim, which is a very good thing for Tim.
Could have had the out over there. Tim ran right into him. Now Tim runs. The throw does go to second base on a hop. Adam doesn't leave third. It's a stolen base for Tim Anderson. Second and third, one out.
This is just a great combination to run on. You've got a side-wheeling right-hander and a catcher without a cannon for an arm. 2 stolen bases in the inning. 3 for the day. The Sox are on the move.
1 ball, no strikes. Jose drills it down the left field line and foul.
That's what you have to hope when you're a side wheeler and you hang a slider. You have to hope that the hitter opens up, gets around a little too quickly. You pretty much know he's going to hit it hard. You just have to hope he hits it foul.
When Maz has missed the zone, he's missed by a bundle.
Yep. He just carries it with him much too long. And when you look strong side, weak side, I'm talking about a pitcher, you're either strong to the arm side, strong to the glove side. In the case of Mazza, he is strong to the arm side, which is inside to right-handers.
In the air to right. Margot on the move, and he won't get there. It's 2-2.
There was an example of where he feels more comfortable with right-handers. That's low and in. And Jose was able to muscle it out of there, but not keep it between the lines. You see where Mejia is. This is where this sinker goes. It goes on the inside part of the plate with good run, good sink. And he gets a strike with it.
He misses by a couple more inches over the inside corner, and he's in trouble there. Two and two. Nice tank slider. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Jose did a good job. He saw that one all the way. That's why he never really even offered at the pitch.
Adam at third, Tim at second. RBI leader in baseball the last 3 years, Jose Abreu. Fouls it away. He wanted to drive in at least a couple with that.
That one right down the middle as Mazza gets away with one. When your ball runs inside to a right-hand hitter and you leave it on the outer third, it's going to run right back to the middle of the plate.
Three and 2 again. Check swing. Outside. Ball 4. Bases loaded. 5 walks today for Sox hitters, and that is going to be that for Mazza.
Good bit of patience for Jose as he waited him out. A tantalizing last pitch. He doesn't swing, and it loads him up. So the first pitch was a hanging slider. Jose got out on another one. Now he battles them on inside sinkers. Checks it up and battles them again. Doesn't get him. Jose's aboard to load him up, and he represents a tying run. Will step out. The bases loaded. Game on the line. The bases loaded. There you see the numbers. Throws a lot of off-speed stuff.
First one, a fastball for a strike. It's about half and a half. Fastball changeup from Jalen Beeks. Working off the dramatic third base side of the rubber. Popped it up on the infield fly rule called, and 2 away.
Well, it boils down to what is going to be the biggest at bat of the game, certainly to date, and maybe the entire game. The runs around the bases to tie it up. Eloy represents the go-ahead run. He's facing a left-hander, and there's 2 outs. In a similar situation last inning, loaded him up with 1 out, came away with only 1 run.
That one gets away. Here comes Adam. He scores 4-2. Everybody up a base.
We'll watch it again. This has got to be a passed ball. He actually had the glove under the ball, which is something that you really never see. But you saw it right here, and it cost a run. And it is a passed ball.
That was odd.
Yep.
Tying run at second now. Tim's really coming down the line at third, and it's 1-1.
Another thing you don't see, you saw the fastball at 93 and the changeup at 90. That's not a disparity as Tim comes down the line trying to force a balk.
One bounces. Here comes Tim. He's going to race home. Throw. Got him. That was a chancy move, and the Sox have an opportunity to think about the replay review.
Well, I think they got him. Now I know they got him. Tim was trying to make something happen, but instead, Eloy will come up to lead off the next inning. Sox get a run, and it's 4-2.
Tim Anderson decided to sprint down the line from third and force the play at home. Nice play by Mejia to scoop it to Beeks, and that was the end of the Sox threat in the bottom of the 5th. Jackie Robinson Day the other day, and we didn't get a chance to talk about Jackie because Apple TV Plus had the game on the 15th. But reading about Jackie Robinson, and in his autobiography, he talks about in the World Series at one point against the Yankees, and Jackie, who stole home 19 times in his major league career, he talks about being down 2 runs to the Yankees in the World Series. He was standing at third, and he basically decided that he was sick of waiting to come home. He says, it wasn't a great strategic decision, but I was tired of waiting, so I decided to try to run home. He stole home. He changed that game, and the Dodgers eventually won the World Series that year.
I think that was highly contested by Yogi, I believe, was catching at the time. He thought he had him.
Ripped into left center field. Robert ranges over, and Luis gets there. Margot's trying for second, and he pressed the issue enough to get himself a double.
Margot thinking about a 2-base hit when he left the batter's box. The only way you can get to second base here, and he aggressively made that turn, and he made it rather easily. You see where Luis has shifted. He's around toward right center field. By the time he gets there and gets it back in, Margot hustles it into a 2-base hit.
Right out of the box, as you said. Tumble into second, and here's Kevin Kiermaier, lefty with Banks, and a bunt shown for a strike taken.
So with a left-hander on the mound, Kiermaier thinking about bunting it up the third base side, and then you have to have the coordination of both Banks and Berger, both young players.
1-2. The bunt may be off now.
I would think it is off.
Tanner Banks to Kevin Kiermaier. Outside and low, a slider, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sox have had some major chances in this game, stranding the bases loaded in the 4th after going down 4-0 right at the jump. Great foul.
It was a tough first inning after the leadoff strikeout by Lau. A base hit, and then a walk to Choi. Walk to Diaz. That played in 1 run. You could have easily gotten out with just a 1 run, but Velasquez had the air on what looked like it could have been an easy 2. They scored 4 on 3 hits and an error in that first inning.
Strike 3. Kiermaier goes down. Tanner Banks 2 strikeouts for his 2 outs so far in the outing. Bring your family of 4 to a White Sox game starting at $70 with a family 4-pack presented by ExxonMobil. You'll get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 drinks, and 4 bags of chips to select games. Plus, with every purchase, you have a chance to win mobile gasoline for a year. Scan the QR code on the screen to purchase.
So Mejia, who is a switch hitter, fanned twice from the left side. Now he turns around to hit right-handed.
He's a little sick of the strikeout thing. He's 0 for 5 in the series with 5 strikeouts. Contact here to shortstop. Tim's play is to first, and Abreu puts up the barricade. Margot to third with 2 down in the 6th. So lefty Brandon Lau, and Tony La Russa to this point has played it very well with Tanner Banks, getting him 3 left-handed batters to face in his 5 hitters. And quite often Tony will size up a part of the lineup that he would like a certain guy to face.
Well, an out here will make sure that Franco doesn't come to bat.
Lau doesn't get cheated.
No, he leaves nothing to the imagination. That's why he is a prolific home run hitter.
A 1 in the air, left-hand side. Eloy Jimenez toward the line, and he runs out of room in that net. Eloy will lead off the home 6th for the Sox. Oh, 2. Reaches out to poke it foul, and a slider bottom of the zone.
Margot at third is doing exactly what Tim Anderson did. Try to come as far down the line so you get in the peripheral vision of the pitcher and make a rookie, even though he's an older rookie, and try to get him to balk.
Flip to left. Eloy makes the catch, and the inning's over. Leadoff double, no harm done to Tanner Banks, ERA. Sox will try to come back, bottom 6. And I believe you picked first last time.
You could pick first.
All right, so there's a guy on the left that's played all these games, and a guy on the right that's all the numbers point to the left, and I'm going to say that it's not a trap, and I'm going to take the guy on the left.
Are you really?
You get all the bad stats.
It looks like a tremendous trap. I mean, slugging percentage, on base percentage. A little dismal for the man on the right, but maybe he was in the infancy stages of what turned out to be a phenomenal career, and I will have humiliated you.
Great.
But then again, maybe not.
My emotional well-being is tied to the swap meet and who we choose, so thank you for making that clear. Eloy broke his bat. Diaz knocks it down, and the scoop at first for Choi. One down. All right, let's see who we bought at the swap meet today. Chris Kamka, our proprietor. So I got the guy on the left. Oh, it's Luke Easter and Bunny Brief. Easter Bunny.
I remember Luke Easter being born and raised in Cleveland.
You
As
remember?
far as Bunny Brief, not so much. I know he wore a spiffy uniform, however.
Clearly.
I don't know how they caught anything in those gloves, but apparently they did.
Happy Easter to you from the swap meet. Bunny Brief was a 1915 Chicago White Sox player for 48 games.
Well, I think you got the best of that one.
He was the first ever Sox player to homer on opening day. Bunny Brief.
He was.
How about that? He was a St. Louis Brown. He was in Pittsburgh after the Sox. 4 years in the 1910s.
But Luke Easter, nice player.
You were a big Luke Easter fan
Oh
growing
yeah,
up?
very much so.
Mr. Bunny. 2-1.
Luke Easter, Larry Doby.
Yeah.
There was a lot of early greats. Bobby Avila, Al Rosen on those Cleveland Indians teams.
Bottom of the zone, 2-2 for Gavin Sheets, who was hit with the bases loaded in the fourth. Chilly day here on Easter. In the 40s at game time, 41 degrees and sunny. That first pitch at 111. 3-2, and Mejia has got to feel like he's in round 9 of a prize fight.
Yeah, he's
right
had
now.
a tough day behind the plate. He's had a lot of guys burying sliders and curveballs. A few have gotten away, but for the most part, he's been equal to the task. Right there in the glove, which is a good way to do it.
3-2. Struck him out. He came with a fastball. 2 gone.
Today's game is brought to you by Marquette Bank. Marquette Bank is Chicagoland's trusted neighborhood bank and home lender. Good for you and your community. Check out Marquette Bank at emarquettebank.com. Marquette Bank, where you love your bank.
That was all the words.
I stuffed in out of order the words, but I mean, it's a wonderful bank. As banks go, it's terrific.
Well,
I pass it, you know.
You do?
On occasionally on the way to the airport.
Was that right?
Yeah.
I had not heard that.
Oh yeah.
Today.
Sure. Joe Grube can tell you I passed it with him one time.
Everybody who goes there loves where they bank. 1-1 on Harrison. Somebody just tweeted, "Hey Jason and Steve, I'm a few sections to your right in 326. Can I borrow Steve's heater for an inning or two?"
Well, look.
Ooh, that was.
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that Harrison doesn't think it's close to a strike.
That's not a strike, he said.
Yep. You are an exceptional lip reader, and that's why he said it's not a strike. Because it's just not a strike.
See how Josh reacts to that swinging strike 3. He walks away. The 1-2-3 inning for Beeks. We'll go to the 7th. 326. Time for some American Sail fun at home. Southpaw's dressed as Tom Jones today. What?
Good look for Southpaw.
Was.
Oh yeah.
Not unusual to see him dressed like that.
Not to mention one of the other very young fans. Remember the excitement of the Tooth Fairy?
I do.
That young lady is looking forward to it. He's lost a few.
Money under your pillow?
We got 8 cents. Matt Foster on. He's been on a couple of games, thrown it pretty well actually. A couple of strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings. He's got that changeup back. And hopefully he's hitting his spots. It's a 2-run deficit. Still 9 outs to go for the Sox.
Wander Franco is 1 for 3 with a run scored in that first inning, and this to Tim is a seed. He knocks it down, gathers, got him at first. Nifty play by 7. Now Franco wants to review it.
Well, I love the fact that Tim didn't panic. It was a very hard hit ball, as Franco usually does. But Tim kept his composure, tried to get it over there in time. It's very close. He's out. He's absolutely out, and he can go back and relax. Get warm, get ready to go out to the field next inning. Good play by Tim.
Really calm gather, and an on-target throw too.
Yeah, you really have to be ready on the first pitch with Franco because he swings at most of them.
Now a Rosarena. Good slider from Foster.
Yeah, all in all, his stuff has looked pretty good in his appearances so far.
7th inning brought to you by the Illinois Department of Transportation. Took a called strike. 0-2 in the bottom of the 7th. The Sox will start with Berger, then Engel and Anderson. 8, 9, and 1. Two strikes, 1 ball. Well, the hope is that it's a lot warmer when we get back home from Cleveland and Minneapolis.
I think it's probably going to be in the mid-80s.
You think?
Yeah, just not here.
Oh, I got so excited. Thought you had a premonition. Foster. 2 down. The MLB ballpark app will complete your next visit to Guaranteed Rate Field. Maybe that last week of April. That was an ad lib. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem check-in offers, order your favorite food and beverages, play games, and much more. Download the MLB ballpark app today. Kansas City is in town during that next homestand. Our first look at the Royals this year before the Sox head there in May. Kansas City and the Angels for a 7-game homestand. Mike Trout, Shohei Ohtani, and the Angels, who are up 6-3 on Texas this afternoon, trying to get to 6-4 this year. Choi looks at a slider.
We knew Texas would hit. We knew they'd score runs, but we also knew it would be problematic to hold down the other teams. And the Angels this year, I mean, you look at that lineup and you realize that they are going to score a lot of runs and hit the baseball up and down with a healthy Mike Trout. Ohtani is starting to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Rendon at third base has been a mystery for a while, but he can still do it.
Like it might be strike 2 there.
You got Marsh, you got
Walsh.
Yeah, Walsh is another one who's just really coming into his own.
And they were playing without some of their big gun left-handers, with Martin Perez on the mound for Texas today. They knocked him out after 4 innings. But Ohtani and Trout batting 1-2 in that order. And that's the only trip in for the Angels this year. So if you want to see Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, That's your time.
Yeah, that's going to be a very well contested series. They have a lot of stars on that team.
And you never know when they might intentionally walk in a run.
Joe did that, got away with it, although it cost him 3 runs. And the Angels will be here for 4 games, a 4-game series. 29th and 30th of April, 1st and 2nd of May.
One, two. Moved him out of the way. 2-2 for Choi. Well, the Sox bypassed yesterday after Liam Hendriks ran it to 3-1. Tony La Russa deciding to take a crack at Walls in the 9 spot instead of the pinch hitter Choi, and it worked out very well for the Sox.
Especially as hard as Choi's been hitting the ball.
2-2. Up and out. That is a good job of bundling up. Is that their coach behind him?
And a wise choice, by the way.
We'll bundle up a little more.
Yep.
And we're going to run 32 gold with the blanket. It's cold enough that you could use a blanket coach today.
We started the game at 40 degrees, probably a little colder at the ballpark right now.
Feels it. Three and two. Foul left side. Minnesota did lose 8-1 to Boston today. Cleveland fell 8-1 to San Francisco. And the Guardians used 4 relievers.
They had a tough time with the Giants. The Giants once again, even though there was some attrition from last year, they're starting to play good baseball.
Walked him. Second walk for Choi. So the Guardians will be 4-5 when the Sox come to town. Minnesota falls to 3-6, and you know the thing for Minnesota is back-to-back years with tough starts would psychologically be a problem for them.
Well, Buxton out of the lineup, and they're saying it's only a week. Buxton out of the lineup is a very big blow to that team because he's matured into a wonderful player both offensively and defensively, and at the top of that lineup he sets it all off.
Nice block by Yaz. So Luis Arraez led off today. Trevor Larnach played the outfield. Nick Gordon was in center for the Twins.
Larnach had a big day yesterday.
Strike. You know, we're talking about Ohtani and Trout. Bobby Witt Jr. and Kansas City are going to be in as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's an exciting young player with a very short stroke, and you can harken back to Mike Trout when he was that age. Their strokes are very similar.
You think?
Hard to get the ball by him inside. They both are able to bring their hands in with a short, quick swing, and if you put up Trout and right next to it Witt, you'll find a lot of similarities.
Maybe we'll compare during that homestand.
It would be nice. We certainly will have the time.
7 games worth.
Yeah.
Two one. Outside, 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. To right field, Adam Engel. Started back, angles in, inning over. And we will stay on this Easter Sunday and listen in on God Bless America. Casey King and Adam Amin for the Chicago call of Game 1. Bulls, Bucks. Coverage starts at 4:30 right here on NBC Sports Chicago. Saw the Bulls jacket in the stands. Good look as we see this gentleman for the 2nd day in a row.
Ryan Thompson in the ball game. Hasn't walked anybody yet. He's been on for 3 innings and he inherits a 2-run lead.
Jake Berger, a fly ball to center. Kiermaier out number 1.
They have more than their complement of side-wheeling right-handers.
Oh yeah, they farmed them.
Yep.
So here's Adam Engel. The Sox the last 2 seasons have gotten quite a bit of production from the 9 spot in the order, and Adam has been a part of that. And today, he still has yet to make it out. He's stolen 2 bags as well.
He's a very valuable man to have around, and he just keeps getting better as a hitter. The more chances he gets, the more he delivers, whether it's right or left-handers.
First pitch, strike 1 to the Sox 9-hitter today. Last 2 seasons, Sox on base percentage from the 9 spot in the order, 3rd last year in baseball, 4th so far this year through 8 games. For the White Sox. Helps Tim Anderson get chances at the top of the card as there is strike 2. Checked his swing, slider away, 1-2.
Don't you hate it when your phone cord gets under the seat of the wheel of your chair?
Is that what just happened to
and
you?
You can't get it out, and you're battling. It's a life and death struggle.
I looked over at you, and you were in the corner.
I came out on top.
It looked like that. What was that German class you took when they put you in a corner?
Right.
That's what I thought was happening over there.
That was Herr Stein, but he's gone now, I think.
Thought you were going to be gone too.
It was tough. I mean, it was
tragic.
Touch and go there for a while.
Yeah, it was. Yikes. 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. 2nd day in a row on the mound for Thompson, and Adam pops it up. Yandy Diaz, foul ground for out number 2. Sox fans, catch the action from a private Diamond Suite this season. Host your closest friends and family with customizable food and beverage options. Scan the QR code on the screen right there to purchase.
So Tim's job right now with 2 outs and nobody on in the 7th. Get on base and let Luis Robert come up. Luis has been very quiet today, but he has a flair for the dramatic. Let's see if Tim can keep it alive.
Tim walked in the 5th, then was thrown out trying to come home on a ball that got slightly away from the plate. You know, to be at 4-2 in a game where it's felt like nothing has gone right for the Sox, and have a chance is not a bad place to be.
No, and they've got once again some very good work out of the bullpen.
Ooh, that was never a strike.
We'll take another look at it. It's an inside slider that looks like it misses.
Back to the mound, Thompson. Easy does it. 1-2-3 inning for the Rays right-hander, and we move along to the 8th. 4-2 Sox trail.
After the ball game today, it's on to Cleveland, where the weather's a little spotty on Monday and Tuesday. But it's a 4-game series with the Guardians, and then we go to Minneapolis to see the Twins, who may or may not be with Buxton at the top, depending on the condition of his knee. Then the off day on Monday as we come back home, see Kansas City, and a 4-game series with the Angels. So a lot of good baseball coming up. Sox off to a good start. They'd love to be able to come back and capture this one today. A very chilly day at the ballpark.
It feels like a Bears game today.
Very much so.
Josh Lowe leads it off for Tampa Bay. He and his brother Nathaniel were drafted in the same year by the Rays. Josh in the 1st round, Nate in the 13th round. They eventually traded Nate to the Texas Rangers. Josh remains with the organization. Two strikes on Josh Lowe.
Both bullpens up and going. Severino in the Sox pen. Adam in the Rays pen.
0-2. 8th inning brought to you by the Illinois Lottery. One and two. On the ground, right side. Abreu the backhand, and the scoop for Foster. Now a message from WebEx by Cisco.
Whether it's from boardrooms, crowded rooms, and soon from rooms you aren't even in, T-Mobile uses WebEx to hybrid work.
Hey, hon.
Because we make it work for everyone.
He's Steve Stone. I'm Jason Benetti. We thank you for joining us from lovely Chicago. Guaranteed Rate Field, 4-2. The Sox trail the Rays, and Manuel Margot, who legged out a double last time up, takes ball 1.
I'm interested to take a look at that game played in Seattle with the Astros and the Mariners, because young Matt Brash, who threw against us and was just outstanding through 5 1/3, he's held Houston hitless through 3. I mean, that young man, and this is his 2nd major league start, he's got a chance to be impactful in that rotation.
Right, he's got a jumpy slider.
Yeah, that both his curveball and his slider, they both disappear. He throws 98, and lately he's thrown everything around the strike zone. So when you look at some young pitchers, he might not get the pub yet, but just remember that name, because he looks like he's going to be a good one, and so far he has mystified the Astros.
Fouled hard over the screen, 2-1. Foster shook off the first one from pitch Cobb.
Yeah, he's not rushing into this outing.
Only fools do that.
Yes.
Wise men say. 2-1. Outside 3-1. So you got the lefty Kiermaier next. They have right-handers in Zunino and Ramirez on the bench. The switch hitter Walls on the bench. Brett Phillips as well, the left-handed outfielder on the bench. 4-man reserve tank for Tampa Bay. Ball 4.
Don't miss Unfiltered with David Kaplan. Catch interviews with Hall of Famers and local legends, and get betting insights from the pros. Watch the best new sports show in town weeknights at 6 right here on NBC Sports Chicago. So while David Kaplan was unfiltered, we will lose Matt Foster in this game, and he'll stroll off. So will we. Severino coming on. An inning and a third this year. He fanned 3 in his 1 outing. Looked pretty impressive. He's got a big fastball. If he gets his stuff over the plate, he is going to be a dominating left-hander. That was against the Mariners on Thursday. Control has been a problem, but he just sawed right through those hitters in AAA, and hopefully more of the same here. The folks got a chance to watch his first outing on television. It was thrilling to watch their son come away unscathed.
And so outing number 2 for Anderson Severino, 27-year-old from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Kevin Cash leaves Kevin Kiermaier out there and a throw to first.
Jake Berger has to stay in on the grass because Kiermaier, especially lefty to lefty, has a tendency to lay one down.
Another throw to first by Severino. Another check on Margot, who has not decided to Margot anywhere yet. We'll see if Severino decides to Margot to the plate. He does. Ish. It's going to end up with Jake Berger.
Yes, unfortunately, that's one of the things that Severino has featured during the course of his brief career. Played over the head of Grandal. Doesn't have to worry about Margot stealing second.
He'll take it himself.
And for the Rays, that's a huge insurance run out at second base.
That is not a fun trip to the plate for Kevin Kiermaier. So Mike Trout just recently was hit in the hand by a pitch. Kiermaier gets popped with this fastball in the back elbow.
Yeah, the lead elbow is padded. The back elbow is not. It looks like it caroms off the front and hits him square on the left elbow area, and that is going to leave a mark.
Margot at second, Kiermaier at first, and Mejia's the batter. Now, if he could duplicate his ground ball to short last time, that would be mighty nice.
Especially a catcher running from the right side.
Sox will have Robert and then Abreu and Grandal in the bottom of the inning. Oh, throw to second is wide into center field. Accuracy has been a problem so far, each direction for Severino.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to throw to anybody who's got a chance to catch it this entire inning. That is way wide of the bag. Both runners move up out of the double play situation. And this is a problem because now the infield has to come in at all four positions.
And Severino has to face two more batters. This one and then wow. One ball, no strikes. Took a swing, 1-1. This could be ball two.
Yeah, that's a break for Severino and the Sox.
Now with action in the bullpen, if Severino were to get past Mejia, you could intentionally walk Lau, and that would count as a third batter if Tony La Russa wanted to go further into the bullpen. 1-2.
The only thing is I can't see walking Lau to face Franco.
I agree with you.
You know, that's the bullpen's still up and going.
If you felt like Severino wasn't, you know, wasn't going to be able to get the out. One ball, two strikes. Through the right side. Angles up with it. Kiermaier's coming home and he scores. 6-2 Tampa Bay.
Two driven in by Mejia as he reaches out, takes it the other way, has 7 for the year. This one out away probably was not in the zone, but Mejia certainly liked it. That's the problem with the drawn in infield. There's no angles for any ground balls at all. Kiermaier comes flashing across the plate, no chance to get him.
Ethan Katz out to talk to Severino.
Well, I would think Larry Vanover is going to go out there eventually and break this up. This is a very long meeting at the mound.
There's your mound meeting counted by Larry. Learn more from the pros this summer at White Sox Summer Camp presented by Wintrust. Starting at $159, kids ages 5 to 12 can register for a camp at any of our 50 locations throughout the Chicagoland area. Scan the QR code right there on the screen to learn more or visit whitesox.com/play. Brandon Lau, the batter. Strike one. Remember, Bulls coverage starts at 4:30. Bulls and Bucks. 4:30 or immediately following this game, I'm told, by programming, which has inhabited the body of producer Chris Withers. Robert in center. Makes catch, no tag from Mejia. Sox are going to win this series regardless, and Brandon Lau is 0 for 11 in the 3 games.
Yeah, it's been a really tough series for him.
He's walked a couple of times, scored a couple of runs, but the hit column has been silent. And now Franco against Severino.
the ball leaves the pitcher's hand on the first pitch, there's a very good chance Franco's going to be swinging at it.
And making contact so far today.
He's pretty good.
Oh, 1. To left center field, up the alley and down for extra bases for Wander Franco. And he winds down into a double. Looked like he was a runaway at second base. His right arm was flailing around on the RBI double that brings home Mejia.
5th run batted in this year. And it's the 6th multi-hit game this year that leads the major leagues in that very productive department. He splits the outfielders, drives it home, and it's a 5-run lead for Tampa.
He turned 21 on March 1st.
Yeah, it's really amazing. I mean, you know, you look at a young guy just bursting on the scene, and then you look at the 11-year contract and say, well, how do you do that with a guy that's basically 20 years old at the time, or maybe just turned 21? And then you realize when you see him, they've tied him up as a centerpiece of their organization for a long time.
He has a special skill at the plate. I mean, his feel for the strike zone.
And power from both sides of the plate, and a good defender with speed. It's a pretty good combination.
It's everything you'd want. This gets away from Grandal, and Franco up to 3rd.
It goes as a wild pitch. Severino having a very difficult afternoon here.
Two-one. Outside. 2 of the runs are Severino's, 1 charge to Matt Foster. Two out, runner at 3rd here in the 8th. To right center, Robert won't get there. It's another extra base hit. It's an RBI double for Arozarena, who's 3 for 5.
The Rays apparently taking out their frustrations for 2 3-2 losses on the Sox pitching staff today. Severino having a very difficult afternoon. The Rays starting to pull away late. Third hit for Arozarena. If he starts to hit the ball in the middle of this lineup, and he wasn't hitting it coming into this series, the Rays are going to be just fine.
They come in 4-5. The Yankees lost today to drop to 5-5. Toronto beat Oakland 4-3. Jays are now 6-4 to lead the AL East. That's going to be the division of doom.
Yeah, I think when you look at Baltimore, you realize it's going to be a long year for them, but they had a good series against the Yankees.
They did. They won 2 of 3.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
I can't wait to listen to New York Talk Radio tomorrow. Just click it on, listen for 5 minutes, and see who should be fired, released, and traded.
Yeah, the Yankees at 500, but that division is going to be a killer.
Yaz has it go off his mitt in the standing position, and Arozarena to 3rd.
This one will probably be a pass ball.
It is. 2-1. Two and two. Two.
For the most part, Severino hasn't been close to the plate. And he's got Yaz jumping from pillar to post, trying to just catch the baseball.
Severino 3-2. Struck him out with a slider. And the inning's over. Bottom 8 coming up. Wait till you hear what happened this day in baseball history. Back in 1904, the Brooklyn Superbas found a way to play their first ever Sunday game at home. They beat the Beaneaters 9-1. They didn't charge for tickets. They charged for the scorecard. So you could walk in, but you had to buy a scorecard. There were the blue laws at that point where you couldn't play on Sunday. Sunday was a day of worship. And so you couldn't sell tickets to a baseball game. So they got around it. They got the team of lawyers together and they had the game because you just had to buy a scorecard.
They were very crafty, those Brooklyn Superbas.
They were highly crafty.
Yes. And they hammered the Beaneaters that day.
Low those many years ago. 9-1 the final score. Vic Willis against Oscar Jones was your pitching matchup.
And Tommy Romero comes on with an inflated ERA. 5 walks in an inning and 2/3. This is his second time out.
He replaces Ryan Thompson, who had a scoreless 7th inning. Robert loads up into center field. Got jammed a little bit though. Kiermaier. This will either be, there really are only 2 options in this season, which
yes,
you hope will be a playoff season. This game will either be completely unmemorable or very memorable if the Sox win. But if it's a loss, probably won't be on the highlight reel at the end of the year.
No, but you know, you set out to win every series, and the Sox have been able to do that. Detroit, Seattle, Tampa Bay. They will have won every series. However, when you do win the first 2, you start thinking about how nice a sweep would be. Not going to happen most likely unless the Sox really come back and battle. Romero's control was spotty the first time out. Kevin Cash is using them here, and yeah, if you lose your balloon, it's not a happy day.
It's kind of the way the game's gone. You said come back and battle, and they had the swords out, so I thought they were going to battle for you, but then the sword went away.
He lost the handle. Couldn't find the ears on the sword.
Couldn't find the ears.
That does remind me of Hawk quite a bit. And fortunately, he did leave his heater here.
He did.
Which is getting me through this extravaganza.
I feel every once in a while a little bit of heat wafting this direction.
Yeah, I'm trying to blow the heat that way toward you.
You are not.
And I'll try not to, like I did last year, have my shoes melt by putting them on top of the heater.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite days at the ballpark together. It's when you're like, something smells like burning rubber.
No, a muskrat.
Just got to bundle up and stay close today. Called strike 3. That's a high splitter. Sox fans, the Sox Degrees podcast with Len and myself is back. Great guests all year long. Some are very close to the team. Some are a long ways, maybe 6 degrees away. First episode with White Sox legend Paul Konerko drops tomorrow. Subscribe and follow on Apple and Spotify. PK was great. Some really good stuff with Paul Konerko.
I'm sure of that.
He's a sneaky, very funny guy, and he reminisced, actually, Paulie did, and sadly we don't have a statue of him running, but he reminisced about his inside the park home run at the Trop against Tampa Bay. Great story about that. It's 0-2 on Grandal. He's just fun to talk hitting with. I mean, you could sit there for hours and talk hitting with Paul Konerko.
He is very insightful, really understands how to break every action of a hitter down to its simplest parts and try to help others with it.
He's coaching now, coaching his kids' teams. Struck him out. Splitter ends the inning. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the 9th. It'll be coming up immediately following the completion of this game, while White Sox postgame live will air on NBC Sports Chicago Plus when this ball game is over. And I know that there will be White Sox postgame live because Chuck and Ozzy are in our booth.
That means we have to really accelerate our departure.
Well, I know
get to the aeroporto.
I know you were going to stick around for a while here after the game today. So now you have to change your plans.
I was thinking about it, trying to wonder where this one went all wrong as Kyle Crick comes into this. Last time out against the Mariners, he threw an inning, looked pretty good. Walked 1, fanned 1, used 18 pitches to get through it.
He'll face 5, 6, and 7 for Tampa. Back to Crick, who collects, and a low-speed chase to get out number 1.
Yeah, that's the current way to throw to first base is you catch the ball and then run most of the way before you toss a 2-mile-an-hour flip over there and make the play.
It's like there's a tax per step away from the base. You didn't run halfway to first?
No, I preferred to actually throw it there, but you know, everybody's different.
Low. Takes inside. You know, every season, especially when the team you follow breaks out to a strong start, it's easy to forget that there can be days like this over the course of a baseball season.
There's going to be a few of these. You just have to hope there's not too many. But what happens, look, it's one of those days where not a lot of things went right, yet they stayed in the game for a long time, and then it got away out of the bullpen late.
Rifled to right. Base hit for Lowe. I mean, his ball in the first inning with the bases loaded, the comebacker to Vince Velasquez, was really the big play in this game, the double play that wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to look at the score and everybody thinks, well, look, it's all Tampa Bay. And for the most part, after that 4-run first inning, it was. But the 4-run first inning could have easily been a run, because as hard as that one hopper was hit, all Vince had to do was catch it, throw it home. Would have been a home to first double play because the bases were loaded, and it's out of the inning with just a run. As it turned out, they scored 4, and Sox could never catch up.
A couple of chances. Sox had the bases loaded a few times in this game, but could put up only 2 in the 4th and the 5th. 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. scheduled for a 4-game series in Cleveland, but again, the forecast looks rather grim for tomorrow. Do you have somebody you can call to change the forecast in Cleveland?
Well, you know, they do get a lot of rain in the spring and summer, and some of the fall before the snow comes. Then they get a lot of snow in the winter.
Okay.
Leads you to more rain during the spring.
People are going to think they just tuned into like the Discovery Channel or something.
It's a city that has a lot of gray days.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever beat the series in Minneapolis in 2018 in April.
No,
Nothing.
No, there was a lot of snow. I believe we went to Minneapolis 5 times that year.
I think that's right.
Trying to get all the games that were canceled over.
Base hit to left. I will never forget I think it was the Saturday night, the 3rd day that was canceled. Matt Davidson, you remember Matt Davidson?
Yes, I do.
Matt Davidson was a huge, what do you want to call it? A dirt bike racing fan, motocross. Motocross is what it is. And so they had a motocross event at the Viking Stadium. And Matt and Adam Engel and Tyler Saladino and I went to motocross and then tried to get back to the hotel using the indoor walkways. This to left field is another base hit, and they're going to wave around another run. It is 9-2. So we're walking back from the Viking Stadium to the hotel where we used to stay downtown, and we found out that late at night the walkways don't all connect, like they lock some of them. So we were stuck in the Skyway, and then eventually had to walk outside in the disastrous weather back to the hotel.
That was really horrible.
It was not good.
But you got to see motocross.
I did.
Yeah. Helped make your life?
I remember it to this day, for better or for worse. Strike 1 to Mejia. Let's not do that ever again. The 3 straight snow outs in April.
No, I think we're going to be okay this year. Just going to be a lot of rain, much snow.
Up the middle, that's a line drive, and that is a double play. We'll go to the 9th.
Hate to see this one end.
That's what I can be found. You cannot keep me down. I'm determined and I'm proud. It's my time, my moment, and I'm bound. For the top, that's what I can be found. You cannot keep me down. And if I fall, then I'll get up. I fight to the end. I'm never gonna give up. At the top, that's what I can be.
It was sunny earlier. It was a close game earlier. It was warmer earlier, but now it's later, and the Sox are down to their final 3 outs of this ball game. That we haven't seen a tough loss like this so far this year for this team.
No, but these aren't near as frustrating as the real close losses that you're in the whole way and all of a sudden one play turns everything around. But unfortunately, this one got out of hand. The Sox did have a couple of opportunities. But you're still trying to get your stroke grooved, and Eloy would love to be able to do that against Romero.
Slider for his pitch. A little bit earlier start times for those 3 first Cleveland games. 6:10 Eastern, 5:10 Central Time first pitches. See how many get in Cleveland. High splitter. You see the Duran kid, the young flamethrower for Minnesota, is throwing a pitch that he calls a splinker, like a splitter and a sinker at the same time.
Yeah, I think those pitches have been tried before. I actually used one trying to get a changeup, and I would just move my fingers wider and wider, and unfortunately it morphed into a splitter, which wasn't good with a guy who threw a lot of curveballs because my elbow was complaining about it.
To right, Margot. Got the fanny pack going. Looked like a tourist out there in right field. Eloy had one on earlier in the homestand as well. He has a good time, Margot does.
Yes, he does, and that's to keep his hand warm. He's really an outstanding outfielder. He's had a good series. Had 3 hits today.
You don't think he has a disposable camera in there just in case?
You never know when a picture lends itself to being taken, but I don't think so.
Some chapstick possibly.
Yep.
Strike on a slider for Gavin Sheets. He had a painful RBI in the 4th. The bases loaded plunking. Your arm didn't like the splitter.
No, it was effective, but too many things that affected my elbow with all the curveballs I threw, so I decided to not throw that one any longer. Do it for half a season.
Really?
Yeah.
What year was that?
That was 1979. I was undefeated that half season, and it worked, but
Gavin powers this ball deep into right field to the warning track and gone. Gavin Sheets decides to take out a little anger on the baseball, and it's 9-3.
Second RBI of the day, first home run of the year. Fourth home run replay. This looked like a splitter that didn't do a whole lot.
The way this ballpark's playing, the fact that that was touch and go, that it was going to leave the ballpark. I mean,
yeah, because I thought he hit it real well, and that basically just dropped over the fence.
I thought for sure that was going to be row 3 up there.
Not quite as lively as we've seen it here.
Inside, 1-1 to Harrison. Josh, a rare 2 strikeout game as Gavin has his first 2022 home run. You know what? Why not make it sting a little bit on the way out for Tampa Bay?
Still got to grind out the at-bats regardless of what the score is.
Harrison to center. That's Kiermaier's purview. Back to Gavin's home run.
Well, he thought he got most of it, running just in case. And again, you're talking about one that didn't make it by much, and that's only 335 feet.
Two down for Jake Berger. Two strikes. Don't forget Bulls pregame coverage coming up right here on NBC Sports Chicago. We will move over to the Plus channel for White Sox postgame live. I'll remind you one more time before we leave. Hear the "Let's Go White Sox" chant. I'm reminded of the young lads from a couple years ago who were chanting to the very end, looking for a comeback for the Sox. They ended up making friends with Ricky Renteria.
I was going to say, there was a couple of kids right down in back of the dugout that I mean, were cheering their hearts out. The boys were getting blasted, and they weren't giving up till the final out.
With strike 3, and that will do it. So 9-3 Tampa Bay wins, Steve.
Yeah, one of those days where a lot of things didn't go right. They got down early, could never head. A very good baseball team, but you take 2 of 3, you have to feel very happy with that. 3 series, they've won 3 series, and it's on to the Guardians. Bring them on, as well as the ballpark mustard. I will see you on the plane.
Sounds great. So we say farewell for our entire crew. Our producer Chris Withers, our director Andrew Blaustein, our associate producer Chris Kampka, our tech manager Mark Harper, our stage manager Joe Group. He's Steve Stone. I'm Jason Benetti. White Sox postgame live coming up next on NBC Sports Chicago Plus. Chuck and Ozzy will be in our booth. On the other side of this break, it is Bulls coverage, Bulls and Bucks coming up in the postseason. Until tomorrow, maybe. We'll talk to you.